Alpha charts with a long view video. These are monthly chart videos. Today is August 31st, 2023. We finally have monthly closing candles. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. Now, I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, so we are using Deep View. Go to deepview.com if you want more information about this product. It's an amazing scanner, charting platform, and so much more. Again, deepview.com. If you haven't liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, please like and subscribe, especially subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate that. It helps me out a ton. And you can always find me on Twitter, X now, as it's called. It's at AlphaCharts365. At AlphaCharts365 over there. Okay, so let's get into the charts. So what do I have here? We're going to do this cut up into two sections here. The first one will be the sectors, and the second one will be the mega caps. I have 18 mega cap names on deck. These again are monthly charts. We have two lines here, and let me actually change this one to let's go yellow. The hell, right? Yellow, and I want thicker actually. There we go. Perfect. That's maybe it's too thick. That's fine. Okay. Anyway, chart set up right. So I have a 9-month line. That's the yellow one, short term. And then I have the 50-month line. That's the blue. That is the right there, blue. Hope you can see this against the dark. I think you should be able to. I can see it pretty well. All right, so there's 50-month line, right? So again, a short-term and a long-term moving average. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to take off the short-term. Boom. Just leave the 50 on there. And I'm going to change that to yellow so everyone can see it nice and bright. Okay, sorry. Chart setup right now. All right, so 50-month. Long-term moving average monthly. Now on the bottom, I have the MACD. Okay, so I'm looking for momentum and see if the momentum is swinging to a bullish momentum or bearish momentum. You see, this would be bearish momentum. You got the cross, and then you have the bullish momentum. So let's get started with the video. Here we go. First on the SPY. So you see the SPY was down for the month, but we do have the bullish MACD cross. And you see how the 50-month has been actually important. And that's why I like the 50-month, because on pullbacks, for whatever reason, the 50-month tends to be respected. So we have these different levels, right? But on the monthly chart, momentum looks like it's going to be to the upside. And, I wouldn't be surprised if we retest these highs. All right, so there's the SPY. Let's go to Dow Jones. Here's the Dow Jones. So we looks like we just got the cross last month, not as energetic as the SPY, right? Not as convincing as the SPY, but it's there. And it's, again, back into the uptrend area. Again, nothing looks wrong here, right? If you look at these charts so far, SPY, Dow Jones, here's the Qs. What is the feeling here? The feeling is, right, we have the cross back here, and the momentum is to the upside. 400's probably getting hit, right? If you see, as it dipped down for the month of August, the buyers came right back in. That's really nice to see. Mid caps, the mid caps, they're almost already at all-time highs again, right? So we were down 3% for the month, right? I probably should have been checking how much we were down for the month. But we're just now getting that momentum to turn back up. And we do have this more significant higher low over here at 439, right? So as of right now, it's got this little, double bottom. Maybe it's a VCP type action, whatever you want to call it, the pullback being shallower. But overall, and then this cross is just starting. So let's see, that was down almost 3%. The Qs were down 1.55. SPY was down 1.64. Dow Jones was down 2.19. And IWM was down 5%. That's pretty ugly. So, again, and it looks the weakest, right? This visually looks the weakest. It has not even come back to make the right side of the base yet. And the cross right now is still underneath the zero line, and it hasn't really happened yet. So when this does happen, and if it does happen, right, when it does, maybe then we'll get some power to the right, to the upside. But as of right now, there's literally no reason to be in small caps because SPY and QQQ look that much better, right? Look at the Qs. They look way better than anything else. So let's look at bonds. What do bonds look like? I mean, they look like pure trash. They look terrible, man. No reason to be in bonds. All right. So we went over the major indexes. Let's go over the sectors. Starting with materials, these are no order. You see how the cross is trying to happen, hasn't really happened yet. So not really that strong of a sector. Going down to communications. And you see the cross happen back here, and the momentum is to the upside. Nothing has changed, right? And what else am I looking for? I'm also looking to see to get above zero, the zero area, right? Zero line, whatever you want to call that. And I'm also looking to make sure that it's still in the uptrend and it's not hooking lower. It doesn't look like this, right? We want to avoid things that look like this. XLE. So XLE is kind of interesting, right? You go back and look at this on a monthly chart. And this is just a gigantic from 2008 area that is trying to so hard to break out of. Hasn't quite done it yet, and it's kind of trapped in a range. But if you see here, we had the hook lower here, right? Now, if it can hook back up, this has a chance, right? It's already, but if it breaks down from here, not so much. So not great analysis right there, right? If it does this and that, whatever. The point is there's resistance above here. So until it proves itself and you see the curl up, it's tough to get too excited about the energy names, energy sector. The 100 area also just right above it. So there's room to play in here, but it's got to prove itself still. Financials. Still in a downtrend, trying to hook up, but not yet. So right now, only really XLC was the only one that looked good so far. Let's look at industrials. All right, here's industrials. Now, industrials broke out here this month, right? And now it's basically retesting or just kind of moving sideways, consolidating right above the breakout. Not doing anything wrong, but we have this 104, 105 level now, which has to hold if you're in industrials. It does have the cross, and so it is bullish. But again, is the momentum this is good momentum? This is meh, right? Again, XLC looks way better. Let's keep going. Here's XLK. There's a whoops breakout right there in XLK, and then the next month it was down 1.54 last month, but you see the buyers did step up. It's got a beautiful base, very symmetrical, which I like a lot. Now it's got really 2 months closing, really in a fairly tight range when you look at it on a closing basis. Pretty tight range. I mean, talk about cup and handle, that's what it kind of looks like, right? There's your cup, there's your little handle, right? Maybe it needs another month. I don't know, but it's not bad. And again, down 1.54, and I should have done this before, 3.34, 1.54. I just like to see what was down. Energy was up. That's the only one up so far, 2.66, 2.02, 1.54. Staples, down 4%. Again, no reason to be involved in staples, right? No reason at all. Real estate, no reason to be involved in real estate. Maybe it's trying to bottom, but it may have a few more months. Utilities, no reason to be involved in utilities at all. I mean, you look at the MACD, you look at the shape of this, it's just ugly. Healthcare, it's trying to go sideways, and maybe if you get a little strength over the next month or two, this will hook up and look good. But as of right now, no reason to be involved in healthcare. Consumer discretionaries. So this one had this kind of this basey look over here, or whatever you want to call this, choppiness. But then it pop back up. And you see how we have the cross here, right? And now things are moving higher. So consumer discretionaries, not looking bad. They look pretty good. Technology looks pretty good. And communications, right? So if we're going to be in sectors, right? If we want to be in sectors, it's XLC, right? XLK and XLY, right? We like the Qs and the SPX. That's it, right? So you had the SPY, you have the cross already. Again, not as strong as the Qs. Qs are a little bit stronger for sure. And that's it. So if we're going to focus on things, I think that is where our attention should be, right? Now let's look at the mega cap names in a similar fashion and see what is doing well. Again, these are in no particular order. Let's see. Well, here's Eli Lilly, just absolute beast mode of a stock. It was up 22% this month, right? That's amazing. Look at that. Again, there's your trend, right? It dipped below one little bit right there and then came right back and just, went from $300 to $550. Just absolute beast. All right, Visa. Beautiful looking base here. It was up 3.34 for the month. Now, if you remember, most of the indexes were down for the month. These are now two of the mega caps that were up on the month, and 3.34. It's a nice month. Good move there. That looks great. Energy, XOM. Look at that. See, momentum's coming back in. Not so great. Even though it was up on the month, 3.67, you see it's losing its momentum. Google, there's your cross right there. So this breakout is very significant. And then it followed up with another 3%. MasterCard, breaking out to all-time highs, up 4.64%. And you have the cross, and you're starting to get that nice separation as it's moving higher. Looks fantastic. I'm long MasterCard, just so y'all know. Amazon, there you go. There's your base. You have the crossover here, and now it has. And again, on a shorter time frame, this is a beautiful cup and handle, right? So now we have multiple time frame analysis that this is. If you go to a weekly chart, just so you can see here, it's a beautiful cup and handle right there. Let's go to monthly. And so, yeah, a break higher of 141-ish, 145, somewhere around there. It looks really good. Again, trying to get above the zero line and turning up. They're both starting to turn up. So momentum is really starting to come into it. Amazon, NVIDIA, it's just been strong. You see there's been multiple levels. Once it broke out of 333, it's run up now $160 or whatever. Super strong name. 500 could be a block. It may not be, but yeah, it just looks fantastic. Well, it probably needs a stock split, right? Last time a stock split was in 2021. Probably could use another one. Let's see what we got here. Walmart up again. Again, every one of these now, except for XOM. No, even XOM was up. What was it? Well, are they all up? 3.34, 3.67, 3.13, 4.64, 3.19, 5.63. There's Walmart up 1.68. Again, looks good. Momentum is to the upside. Microsoft, there's one that was down 2.46. And you see how this, even though we have the cross here, the momentum is starting to roll over and it's flat, right? So we don't have this beautiful uptrend. We actually have a flat looking line, and you are seeing pullback here. Now, maybe this is some sort of maybe double bottom or cup and handle. It just needs a little bit more time, right? That's what it says. There's better things out there. Taiwan Semi down 5.64 and just looks like a piece of garbage. Berkshire Hathaway up 2.23, and again starting to get that beautiful look as it's expanding higher and right at or close at all-time highs. Beautiful thing. Here's Apple. Apple was actually down 4.38 on the month, so underperformed bigly on the Apple, but it did hold its breakout. Buyers showed up, but it's flat, very similar to Microsoft. For me, that would be just an avoid. Tesla was down 3.54. It is trying to make the cross right now, which will be nice when if and when it happens. And it just looks like a choppy mess, to be honest. JP Morgan down very bigly. Again, no momentum at all. United Healthcare down quite a bit and in a downtrend. Livongo, which is Broadcom, up 2.53. Again, a very strong, very, very strong name. That was, just month after month after month, just marching higher from 416 to 900, a double, basically. And then there was Meta. And Meta, again, has been very strong. There's your cross. Again, it was down on the month, 7%, but overall, things are looking really good. So when we really look at this, what are we seeing? We're seeing that, technology, some consumer discretionary, communications, right? Google and Facebook were the two. Meta, again, it was down this month, but you see it's a strong stock. Google looks like it's just breaking out. Actually, to me, Google looks even stronger than Facebook by quite a bit, and the move is just really starting. So communications, technology, some consumer discretionary, SPXQs, and then you saw the individual names. Most of the technology-based ones, up on the top part of my screen, up to like Walmart, we'll call it, looked really good. Berkshire looked good. The lower ones down here looked a little bit less good, right? Visa, MasterCard look phenomenal. Google looks great. Eli Lilly continues. NVIDIA, Amazon, all fantastic. Okay, there's your monthly chart review. To me, more good than bad. I like XLK leading. I like that the momentum on the monthly chart is starting to really move higher, in a lot of names, and some of the other names, it's moving sideways. It just needs some more time. If they roll over, then we get more defensive, right? It's as simple as that. Anyway, hope this video finds y'all well, and have a great night.